Welcome to another episode of Tov's Magnificent Life. I got a special guest here with me today. I have my 18-year-old daughter who she doesn't want to be on camera, but I asked an interesting question and I want you to hear her response. First of all, the question I asked was in response to something I saw. And I saw a video of a guy with a girl, and they're walking through a club, and there's like a club concert going on. Somebody from the band jumps off the stage, grabs the girl, picks her up, puts her on stage, and the guy leaves the club, and the girl is just on stage with all these guys. So I asked myself a question. What would make her think that that was right? So I decided to say, okay, well, let me ask I've been married for 24 years. So I said, let me ask my wife that question. So the way I pose the question is this. If you were in a club and a famous man like had a VIP section and you're married, we're married, and they called you over to the section, would you go? So she hems and haws and kind of said, yeah, I would kind of want to go just to see what they had to say. So I'm like, why would it matter what would they have to say? Well, it was I would just be curious. Well, why would you be curious? So we go back and forth. So I pretty much knew that was probably the real answer. So I decided to say, okay, let me ask my 18-year-old daughter the same question. So here's that conversation. So, and I won't say her name. She doesn't want her name said. So, if you and your friends were at a club and you're like in Miami or something, and Drake or some other rapper or some celebrity had a section and you had a boyfriend, would you think it would be okay if they called you over to the section? Would you think it would be okay for you to go?
So here's what I'd say. Did he call all of us, or just me, or me and my girls?
Why does it matter?
Because if it's me and my girls, the girls are going to want to go. I'm not staying in the club by myself. If my girls go in, I'm going with them. But if it's just me, he doesn't call my girls, I have a man, I'm probably going to say no. Because you don't separate from your group.
Okay, so if you get called and the whole group goes over there and you got a man and some of them have a man, some of them don't, so you're going?
Yes.
Okay. And you think that's appropriate?
I could see how that would be a problem with my man, but if all my girls are going, some of them have men too.
Okay.
I just feel like it's an opportunity, like you're getting into a high status.
An opportunity for what?
To be around high status people.
Okay, so what about your man? So are you trying so you're basically trying to upgrade?
No. I don't have to go in there and I don't have to cheat. That's not what I'm saying. I wouldn't go in there.
Then why are you there?
Because the section is VIP.
Okay.
They have drinks, right?
Yep.
You go to a club, you want to party, you want drinks.
Yep.
I'm with my girls. I think it's different if you go in by yourself than if you
But
go
no
in.
woman goes to no club by herself, so you'll always be with somebody.
But there's times when they call, then when you might just be called to the section.
Right.
Right.
Okay, right.
So I think it's different if you go into the section just you. Because what do you have? If you're alone, you have to go in there and talk to people. Men, probably. You have to go in there and talk to men. But if you and your girls all get called into a section, you can go in, you can hang out with your girls.
So you don't feel like that's a violation?
I don't think it's a violation if you're with your girls, but I could see why after the fact your man would be upset.
So what if your man was the famous guy or the celebrity or whatever? So you would not have a problem with him calling women over to the section because men and women aren't the same. So he's going to be calling women. So he's going to be the Drake. So with that, in that scenario where he's the Drake calling women over to the section, do you have a problem with it then?
Well, why is he calling women over? Because he finds them attractive. Right?
For whatever the same reason you got called over. It's the same reason.
Because you get called to a section if you look good. So if he's calling women to the section, it's because he's attracted to them.
So
He wants to be around them. He wants them in his section. So yes, it's a problem if he calls them over.
So you knowing that, what the hell are you doing in the section? Because Drake is thinking the same thing. So what are you doing in the section? Because if you know all this, if you know all the reasons why a man would be calling you to the section, what in the hell are you doing in the section?
And I said, I'm only going in if all my girls that I'm with go in.
Drop the mic.